Welcome to the channel, Chris and Laura. I'm Chris.
I'm Laura.
Today, Laura is getting all fired up to get some starters going for the garden. I don't know if we're early, if we're late. I don't know what we are, but she's going to tell us what we are.
I don't know what we are either. I feel like we might be on time, maybe.
So we are in planting zone, what, 6A?
6A, I believe. Yeah.
And what is that?
That is May 1st to November 1st. But it's April. Okay, so today is April 5th, and it's supposed to snow tonight.
Yeah.
I think the weather will let us know when it's time to take everything outside and let it grow.
We're, for the next for the next week anyways, we're looking at 60s, mid-60s.
Yeah, it looks like next week's going to be real nice.
Our lows are looking at, what, 40s?
Yeah.
So it'll be quite comfortable. So getting these starters going now, I think we'll be okay. Yeah. We purchased a grow tent thing off of Amazon. We purchased that thing and some lights, and we're going to put all of our starters in there, and that'll also help us keep them warm until they're hardened. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, get them hardened off.
Get them hardened off. That way they stay outside, and then this tent thing here will get folded up, put away until next year.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to do things a little different this year because we weren't here to get everything prepared, and we just need time to get raised beds made and put together and stuff. And so we're going to be doing container growing this year is our plan.
Step one.
We're going to, Chris ordered a 5-tier planter thing that you can put outside. We ordered a couple of those. They'll be here next week, but we're going to do like lettuce and spinach and herbs and stuff in there.
In these pots, what are we planting today?
Today we're going to do just some of the ones that you don't sow directly into the soil, like the lettuces and the herbs and stuff. You have to sow those directly, so I won't do that until we get the planters in. But we've got some jalapeno peppers, and
so these will all be transplanted.
Yeah, these will be transplanted into bigger pots, and except for the green onions.
We have a red cherry tomato. We're probably only going to do one of these.
Yeah.
So we're going to just do one of them. And you have a Roma tomato.
I'd like to do 2 of them.
Is this a bush?
Yeah, the Roma tomato's a bush plant.
You want to do two of these plants?
Yeah.
So we'll put those right in there, just like that.
They're good for making sauce.
They are. And they're good
for tacos.
Yeah, they're good for sneaking when you're not looking. We have here the good almighty heirloom beefsteak tomatoes. How many of these do you want?
Let's do 2.
2?
We've never really done this type of container growing, so we'll see what happens.
What else you got? Black creme. I don't know if any of you all have ever had a black creme tomato, but they're
delicious.
They're pretty delicious. They're really, really meaty. There's not a whole lot of gel in them. They're just flat out yummy. How many you want? 2? Here, I thought you loved me, and we were going to get 3 out of this one. But no, it's only half my heart, baby. We're only planting 2.
Here's the other.
Aunt Ruby's German green. Now, you got to be careful when you're growing these, because you think they're not done, and they are. Mm-hmm. And if you let them go too far, then they start getting soft on you. So when they they grow green, like a light lime green with maybe a little bit of orange streaks, some yellow in it, and then it gets a darker green cap on top of them. And a lot of tomatoes look like that when they're getting ready to ripen up or they're still growing. You know,
yeah,
they're that
getting
color.
ready to turn red.
Yeah, And these, they don't. They kind of get that color and they stay that color. So you got to squeeze them. And when you start feeling them to just barely start to lose their density, that's about the time you want to pick them.
And they're so sweet.
Oh, they're sweet. They're delicious. Like the black crim, a lot of meat and very little gel. Very good. How many of these you want? 3? Maybe we ought to better just do 2 till we get a greenhouse or something.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have much produce left at the end of the season to can, but we're going to have a great summer of eating.
Yeah, this year for us, it's going to be just simply enjoying the fruits of our labors. It's just going to be a fast salad.
Yeah.
Once we get established and get a greenhouse going and stuff like that, and get raised above ground garden beds, then we'll get into the habit of, well, we'll overgrow ourselves.
Oh yeah, we will.
We'll overgrow ourselves, get everything canned up. So what do you got here? You got bunching onions. What else you planting?
We've got, I'm going to try to plant some chamomile. Tried this before. No, a controlled one where I can just keep it in the, like I'm going to put it.
Scattered in there so it just makes a nice little tight bush.
Yeah, and then we'll put it into a bigger pot.
We planted this in Nebraska. It was neat. It grew. It filled in, made a beautiful, great big bush.
Yeah.
Chickens loved it. It was nice. But we found it growing everywhere.
Yeah, it grew everywhere.
Everywhere. If you went and visited the chamomile plant and then went to the other end of the yard and brushed your pants off, you had chamomile growing over there. The birds carried it everywhere. The chickens would. It was growing everywhere. Well, now what else do you got?
Well, we got some peppers.
You got a jalapeno heirloom. And then you have a serrano chili. And then we have a sweet pepper big red. Got the big red guy over here. Well,
that's what we're going to start today. The rest of the stuff we'll wait till we get the planters here. These are an older seed, but I've planted them every year and they've still grown every year. And we baby our seed bag. We have a seed bag that travels everywhere with us.
Yeah.
Never gets left alone.
No, you got to take care of that.
You don't want them to get too hot or too cold.
And we plant most of our stuff is all heirloom. We like heirloom stuff. That way you can save back 1 or 2 of your vegetables or peppers or something and collect seeds from them and maintain your heirloom. All right, lady. Pause. I'll be right back. I'll go grab you a dirt poker.
I can't use my finger.
No, you
want to touch
be
the dirt.
professional and use a number 2.
I want to touch the dirt.
Okay, we'll touch the dirt.
No, I might have to fill a cup just so I can get my hand in there.
Okay. I'll let you fluff the dirt if you want.
How far down do you think I should go?
Oh, you just go to the end of the pencil. Into the sharpening, 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. Put 2 in each, I'm sure we'll get both. Well, that, and it's just a little tiny fella. He's got to push through all that.
Yeah.
You don't need to pack him in. All right, here's your jalapeno. You want to fill a cup, my love, and get your fingers dirty for the first time this year?
I sure do.
Well, in garden soil for the first time this year. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to move the bag around. That way, if you feel like it, you can do it at any time. Oh, just in case you didn't know, that's a heavy bag of soil. Today we're just using what our local hardware store had, and it's just it's just an all-purpose potting mix, you know. So that's all we're using today. We've never used this brand before. It seems like it's all right. So for starters, I think it's going to do just fine. When the plants get a little bigger, they'll get more soil and blah, 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 blah. That's your jalapeno.
Yep, these are the jalapenos. I'm gonna do the same thing, about a 1/4 inch.
Bailey is checking out the soil bag.
I'm gonna touch the dirt.
Just don't need it.
Hey, don't need it, baby. And I really don't have a clue on what I'm doing with this chamomile. I'm just gonna sprinkle a bunch over it and hope for the best.
Did you just plant enough chamomile for half of New Mexico?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's seed and what's just part of the dead plant, or I don't have any idea. We will see what happens.
Forgot to do your watering. Over here I have the black creme. It's kind of a dark red color on the bottom, and then they'll get a dark green to a black.
Yeah, it almost looks black.
Over the top, yeah.
Really good. Alright, and this one here, got the beef steak. This one we've always grown, and it's always grown for us, even when the other ones.
It's kind of a Nebraska fallback favorite.
Let's see if it works here.
These are just your standard Roma tomato.
Last one?
Last one, red cherry. And there you have it.
There it is. Now we'll line them up in the tent and hope for the best.
We have black creme, German green, red cherries, Roma's jalapenos, bunching onions, serranos, beefsteaks. What else do we got in here? Serrano, I already mentioned serrano. Big red. What do we got there? Chamomile. And then we got bunny rabbits right over here. Oh no, those are just bunching onions. And then the black crab. Roma, that's about it.
Yep, for now, until we get the planters in,
Yep.
we can do the rest of this stuff. Alright, well I think we're gonna get these all lined up in the tent and keep them watered and nice and warm and cozy, and hopefully...
What's the germination on some of these?
I don't even know. I think they're mostly 7 to 14 days.
7 to 14.
Yeah, something like that.
So in about a week, we should see something coming up.
But yeah, we'll keep you up to date on the progress of them. When they start coming up, we'll let you know. So,
Right on.
all right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Later, folks.